What is this? It's Thursday, April 2nd. Welcome to Thursday. If you've been paying attention, you know lockdown is not ending anytime soon. They just extended worldwide. They just extended it to the end of April. And the good news is now people can start to relax, I think, into the fact that we're not going back to normal. I keep hearing this, what are you going to do when things get back to normal? Where are you going to travel to when things get back to normal? And of course, we will be traveling again and things like this. And there will be a new normal. So during this time, it is just such a glorious time, such a glorious, perfect time. You're not in a hurry to get anywhere. You know, the truth is you have more than enough time to get your to-do list done, or to research, to study, to sleep, to clean, to investigate, which is what I'm quickly getting at here in today's wisdom. So I've been talking about particularly 5-figure and higher clients, calling them in even during this pandemic. Because whether it's SARS or the flu or any kind of pandemic, there are always the people who are going to collapse and freak and go into small, and the people who are going to decide to go big, to uplift and create and call in more. And so for those of you who are looking to engage as yourself and call in clients of the latter, and you still are feeling the gravity of the emotionality of what's going on right now, and it feels hard for you, okay? Because there's a lot of it's just, if you're paying attention, you are paying attention, it's fill in the blank, however it is that you're feeling it. You could feel bulletproof, I feel very bulletproof, and I am bulletproof, and I'm aware that most people have not cultivated the skill to deal with difficulty the way I am today. So while considering all of your feelings and what's going on in your real world, what I'm really encouraging you to do to continue to create during this time and to have a different reality, because you can have a different reality. I want you, please know, you can have a different reality. I know a lot of people are losing their jobs. I know, the number I read this morning is that 10 million unemployment claims were filed in the last few weeks. Many industries have been deeply affected. Lots of mom and pops deeply affected. Lots of in the industry I'm in, I'm seeing everybody just take a nosedive for cheap and discount and, and this kind of frantic panic behavior. And they're supposed to be leaders and high-figure earners. And yet I see a small select few, myself, and I can probably count on maybe two hands, definitely one hand, how many leaders are what they really stand for. They still stand for now. There may be a shift in language, but they still stand for it now. And so what I'm sharing with you, what I'm getting ready to share with you, is a way to open up your creative centers in the midst of this pandemic and even future pandemics. If you're in your 30s or 40s, it's likely you're going to be alive for the next pandemic. Even if you're in your 50s, right? That's a whole other thing about biology and DNA. So I'll leave that. So this topic of sexual exploration, and it's a loaded topic, and there's different ways that you can enter the realm of sexual exploration: through books, through workshops, through conversation, through movies. The way that I suggest you do that's easy. You can be home, you can be alone. It's an easy entry, is to start touching your body in places you normally never would think to. And take your time, okay? Let me start by saying this. Do this slowly, okay? Slowly. So you have time. You might be in your pajamas all day. I saw somebody post, it was a funny meme. They said something like, okay, everybody, remember at 3:00, we change from our daytime pajamas to our nighttime pajamas. So you're home, right? You're likely in a relatively relaxed state throughout the day. And you probably have never or, rarely take the time to caress your inner thigh slowly with the tips of your fingers, slowly, your inner thigh. Right? And explore. You're investigating. This is what you're doing. You're investigating. You're not like trying to figure anything out or come up with solutions. This is purely investigation. What is it like this morning? I was like here and I was like, oh, slowly. Just explore. Just, and if that does nothing, try something else. Try the back of your calf slowly, going down to your ankle. Try it. Try the bottom of your foot. Just take slowly. Try. Just feel what it feels like to touch yourself. Just feel the feelings. This is it. There's no end game here, okay? And give yourself a 10-minute window to do this, or even 5 if 10 feels like too long. And if 5 or 10 feels short, give it 20. Give it the time. And you can set a timer. The point here is to explore. My experience is that so many leaders, particularly female, but even men too, are so in here and so disconnected from body and feelings and high sensation that their ability to be with the pandemic going on right now, to be with things that are labeled intense and unlike them or hard, anything that falls in this domain of unfamiliar, of like a trigger, aversion, like an inability to be with those things. And oftentimes those things are coming in to wash away a kind of rigidity that's deflecting money, deflecting ideas, deflecting creativity. So allowing oneself to be with and starting this process by exploring the sensation with oneself. Never mind the outside world right now. Set yourself a 10-minute timer and just give yourself time. Slowly. Remember, slow is important. Having a window of time is important. So there's a start and a finish, okay? Slowly and it could be your buttocks. It could be your knee. You'd be surprised what areas on your body that you've never touched before give you a sensation of whoa, or of like ew, of like interesting, of like huh, and feel the feeling. Then you can journal about it when you're done. You could try. There's really soft places on the body. That you touch them tender. You'd be so surprised, like right here, under here, your head, your hands. Oh my God, your hands. So explore that. When you wake this up, when you explore this self, you really start to loosen yourself and creative ways to make money, having fun and being more joyful in the process of creating money, and then loosening up just how you're relating to money. All of this helps you to become much more magnetic and calling in more. So if you're currently hanging out down here in the cheap zone with people, I think it's a poor idea to position yourself that way. It's terrible. It's terrible energetically, vibrationally for you. And then over the long term, people are going to remember that you went cheap and you got scared and you went small. And when we get to September, October, November this year, and you are positioned for high figures, people will remember that. And the people who were watching you, who maybe didn't buy from you, but were watching you they will not want to buy from you because they'll recognize that you're not the leader, the strength that maybe they thought you were or that you portrayed yourself to be before this pandemic started. So if you really want to open yourself up and, do, don't blame or shame, make yourself wrong. Just recognize that you're human of flesh and feeling and bone. You're doing this the best that you can, and you're taking these ideas I'm giving to you, putting them into practice and seeing what they do for you. You will be amazed when you give yourself the 10 minutes, as I've described in this video, to just explore. And that's a beginning. That's like elementary, right? I could go so deep into this, but start there and see how you start to wake up and open up energy in the brain and the joy and the willingness and the exploration. And right, any innumerable number of things can happen in your reality when you give yourself this 10 minutes to start to explore parts of your body that you never would otherwise even think about. Just, you can let it be weird, like the back of your knee. Like, who would do that, right? The base, just go. Just try back here. Slowly, gently. Breathe and feel and lay down. Take off your clothes, right? Just play, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you feel called to. Give yourself a week to do that and see where it goes, okay? So that's my wisdom for you today. Take it, use what works for you, throw the West away. And I will see you tomorrow here, same time, same place.